Wait, who's dead? Oh. Oh god. Oh, I just realized that his little sweater thing has a little cigar thing, a pipe. Not a cigar, a pipe. I don't know why. He doesn't look like the type that would smoke. Mr. Powers?
Yes.
Is that his voice? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
Yeah, I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room.
I don't think that was his voice, but I don't remember what it was.
Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff!
I couldn't imagine anyone wanting Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good.
Sniff.
You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could have conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all. You know what? I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Sniff.
You were so quick to come in here.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photos we do have may not be hard evidence.
Oh, so not a 5 to 4-year-old? I was completely off. Why do I keep saying 5 to 4?
But there is still no one that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Alright. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder?
The security lady! It was a security lady! One old bag! The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in the picture. That means that whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammers who knew about the injury. The security lady old bag! Hey, what? Whippersnapper!
Order! Order! Is this true, old bag?
Oldbag! This bitch is Oldbag to you! Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the samurai costume. And then slipped into Studio 1 to see in the murder.
Why would she go to the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew that the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see! Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. This is stupid. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edward pounces? Doesn't he usually jump out with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
Oh, what? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just stand here. Do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? Yeah, sure. Keep pressing. Why not? No one's calling you out on it yet. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Mrs. Oldback's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased!
He's only a grade schooler though, you said. Second or third grade, was it? Whatever?
That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops!
Your thoughts was right?
That boy is not the killer. What? How could you be so sure? Or is it so nice? Is it nice to what? Or is it being nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? Whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof?
I do? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows that the boy could not have committed this murder? What's the proof? This? What's the proof? What's the proof? Is it this? The boy. The boy. Is it this that he wouldn't have been able to get in?
The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relations to the studios have a card key?
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Goodbye! We did it! We survived. Oh, no. Just kidding. Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree! Me! I'm talking! Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about?
By whom?
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify!
Yeah, preach! Ah. Sorry. I know I shouldn't be eating during a recording session, but also I don't care. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They say they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free!
Miss Oldbag! This is a crucial information! Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, but I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
What is the other cross-examine? Let's press. Who are these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters.
Oh, I was only thinking of one of them, but I forgot the other one was there too. Okay, all right. I'm not looking forward to it, but all right.
The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
I don't know. I thought maybe they memorized it and just like did it on their own. So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where? I mean, where? I mean, where? I mean, where? None of those were right.
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
There's something in my eye. Oh, there's something in my eye. Okay. Maybe? Oh, okay, okay. Studio 2? There's a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map. Here it is. Right there. The one with the 2 on it. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Oh god. Oh, sorry. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... No. If you think I've asked all my questions, then I'm gonna take a break. Your Honor? We have learned that there were others at Global Studio on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. And yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Olbag. And more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceeding in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, you know what'd be dope? If they came out with an Ace Attorney game where you play as the judge if he was a lawyer. Actually, I guess judges don't always become lawyers, do they? Probably not. Actually, how do you become a judge? You go to judge school for that? Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I sniff?
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been What? Could it really have been Old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know! Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor Old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right! We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Schniff. So I'm gonna be smart and stop here for today. Because my throat's already hurting. But why don't we save? We save? We're done? We're done. Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. I got 2 more mandarin oranges. So let's eat it before I end. If you like oranges, but are too lazy to cut them because they're big and need to be cut, try mandarin oranges. Easy to peel and they taste great. And we're all done. I had my fill of vitamin C. I bow. I'm bound to no one. I don't know why I'm bound to anybody because I ate my vitamin C. Thanks for watching. We will continue this whenever I feel like it. It's probably gonna be tomorrow. Won't matter to you. As always, peace out, my brothers and sisters and those that don't identify as such.